All right, everybody. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I have a treat for you. I am about to do something that I don't know if any other person on YouTube has done. If they have, forgive me. But I am about to write a covered call inside of my health savings account. But before I go any further, if you're getting a lot of value out of my content, I would appreciate it if you tell your friends, subscribe to my channel, and like this video. So without further ado, let's talk. So let's go over some vocabulary because I think there might be some confusion. And so let's go ahead and do that before I go into actually selling my first covered call. So for those of you that don't know, let's start with what a health savings account is. If you have a qualified high deductible health plan, you can save money in a health savings account. It is designed to help cover medical expenses on high deductible plans. Obviously, when you have a high deductible plan, you're going to have to pay more out of pocket because you have a high deductible, obviously. So it allows you a tax advantaged way to save for those medical expenses. So when you save money in them, you get a deduction, no, you get a tax deduction for it. So you can save on taxes it's like a 401k plan. And also, if you get it through a payroll deduction, you can also reduce your FICA taxes. So if you're getting Social Security taken out and all that on your paycheck, it's a great way to reduce that just a little bit. So they're great for that. If you use the amounts in your HSA for medical expenses, it is free of tax. And the other cool thing is, like, when you're 65 years old, you can literally use it like a regular 401k. And so what you can do is you can withdraw the money. Now you will pay ordinary income tax on that money, but again, it is a great way to save on taxes that way. Like, you can like let it grow tax defer and take that money out. So a lot of HSAs will actually let you invest the money. Now I use Lively HSA because Lively gives me a TD Ameritrade account, which is what you're seeing here. And it allows me to invest how I want, which means I don't have to just invest in whatever mutual funds that are available to me. I can invest in any stock, any ETF, any mutual fund that I want. And so I love that option. Now, obviously, do what's right for you, but that's what works for me. And so this is what I like, and I'm just sharing it with you. So anyway, let's talk about the other side of this. Let's talk about covered calls. Covered calls, for those of you that don't know, a call is an option. So it's an option contract. And just so you know, every option contract is the same as 100 shares. So when you buy a call option on a stock, what you are doing is you are paying a premium to the option seller in exchange for the right, but not the obligation, to buy 100 shares of stock at whatever strike price, whatever price it is. So if you buy a $1,200 Tesla call, that means you are buying the right but not the obligation to be able to buy a Tesla at $1,200 a share. Now, what does that mean? It means if it doesn't hit $1,200, the option is worthless, right? It also means that if it goes up to $2,000, you can say, hey, I get to buy them at $1,200. That's what my option contract says. So that's the cool thing about them. Now, when you sell it, you obviously are obligated to sell the shares of your stock at whatever the strike price is. And like with any options contract, they do have expiration dates. So they don't last forever. But what you can do as a seller is collect a little bit of premium along the way. So I'm going to show you how that works. And just follow along with me. I wanted to share this with you guys because I don't, like I said, I don't know if anyone's ever done one in HSA, so I'm going to show you. So I bought PayPal stock this morning, and as you can see right here, I'm going to put my mouse over here as PayPal, and I like the company. I like where they're going. Again, do your own due diligence on stock. I'm just showing you this is what I bought. This doesn't mean that you need to go out and buy that stock. You need to do what's right for you, and everyone's going to be different. You could buy VTI, the total market index, and do the same thing as I'm doing here. It doesn't matter. Like, you could buy the ETFs, you can buy a single stock. It's up to you. So with that, I'm looking at the option chain, and I like to sell weekly options. That's just me because I worry that a stock could run up, and I feel like it's less likely to run up in a week. I mean, it still can, and that's the risk you take, is that if I sell, let's say, a 200 $32 strike price here, 32, 32.50, it could run up. It could run up to 240, and then I end up losing my shares at 232. Now, you still may have a gain on that, but still, like what you're giving up when you sell an option is the potential that if it goes above that, you're losing out all that gain. So just something to be aware of. Now, I'm going to sell an option, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a $240 strike call, because this is saying it's got an 82% chance of expiring worthless. I'm like, I like those odds. I like those odds. Now, again, could it go and go to 260 by the end of the week? Absolutely. That's fine. If I do, I still make out on a small gain, and also the premium I get to collect. Now, in exchange, I can collect, and you have to bid in the ask. I could collect roughly between $106 and $107 less the commission, which is 65 cents. So in exchange for selling an option, I'll get $106 in premium. Plus, now that number could change by the time we're done. I see it's changed to 105. In exchange, the person has the right to buy my shares at 240. If it doesn't hit, guess what? I keep the 105 no matter what, and they have a worthless option. So this is the risk that you take. So let's do it. So I click on it, and it's down here. We don't want to sell 10 contracts, as you can see down here. I want to sell one, PayPal, 5th of November, 240 call. I want to sell, I don't want to limit. I'll just do a market order to get it to fill. We can talk about those later. And my battery's about to die, so better get this show on the road. And so if I confirm it and send it, it'll ask me here, and let's just review it real quick. I'm selling one PayPal call to open. There's the strike price. It'll show you the break even, just to show you like this is what it would have to be for you to, if it doesn't go above this, then I make out on the trade. $107. The max loss, it says infinite. That's if you don't have a covered call, a covered position. So I have 100 shares of PayPal. If you did not have the 100 shares, that would be a naked call, and you don't want to do those. So I will send it, and it got filled. And I think you should be able to see the monitor. Yep. So you can see I sold one $240 call at 100. It was $104 is what it got filled at. And there you go. So, and I got $104 for doing that. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. You just saw history being made, at least for me. I'm excited about it. But again, I'm probably not going to sell too many options this week on other accounts, just because there's a lot of earnings. I don't like to do options when there's earnings or anything like that. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.